We have returned again today, on this Thursday, to paint models. This is the Hobby Hangout. And we return to you now at the turn of the tide. I am Slathe the Space Marine. And today, tonight, tomorrow, whenever you're watching this, we will be painting Bloodhounds Space Marines. How many, you may ask? That is up to the RNG gods. So, who do we have here with us tonight? We got Michi. Michi, let's go, let's go, let's go. You gotta go fast, you gotta go fast, you gotta go faster, 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 faster. Michi. We've got Frog the Third, asking Michi to unblock him, calling him a waffle. I think he's kind of more like a croissant. We've got Java saying, oh my. I added the O in there because he had all of my. We'll just go with that and we'll move forward. This Frog guy is a menace, says Michi. He's been trolling in Val's and Bear's chat. Oh, has he? Has he? Mr. Frog? Well, we will have to just see how his behavior ends up here. This will be the final strike, won't it? If in the game of baseball of where we are, you swing once, you swing twice, you swing 3 times, get the fuck out. Let's see. So now, here we are, and we will now move forward. So what are we going to be doing today? All right. Digging through the stuff that we've been doing lately, there were 4 Marines. That's 4 Marines. That's 8 Marines. So there was 4 Marines. So just put it into one number, okay? Right? So that one number, 4, it's right here, 4, it's a key number, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's an important number, especially in tempos. Hint, wink. That's right, Easter egg. Try to solve that one. So, and we have 4 Marines that have Aquilas or Imperialis or whatever on their bolters or on their knee pads or yada 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 yada. So whatever. We got 4 guys that we need to do a tiny little bit of a light blue and just go and then now they're light blue on a couple areas and then they're done. They're done. That stage. Then we have this guy, one of these wonderful Assault on Black Reach here. Well, you can probably recognize him in the tiny little shape. The tiny little shape that's right here. That's right, you see that? You see that symbol? Okay. So, this guy here, he also was evasive. Because he's got the bottom of his sword, the little pommel thing, we're gonna have to do that in brassy brass, so that way we can do it in some goldy gold later, right? So, that guy. Then, once all 5 of these Marines have these stages done, then they can be the first Marines to start getting the gold step, because they're just gonna join all the Marines we did all that brass work on the last time we were doing some painting, right? So we're going to be working on all of those, and then we're going to be doing all of that. And then we're going to put a pin in that, and we're just going to remember that we did the brass and the gold. We're just going to put a pin in it, and we're going to remember that for later, because there's going to be a later step, right? Because we're doing this like 40 KD checkers, okay? We're going to be doing this, and then I'm going to get kinged, right? And then I'm going to say, go fish. And then once that we've gotten that done, we're gonna move on to another step. Either we could move on to correcting the flesh tones, like either restarting with the flesh tones, or we could get the flesh tones. Isn't that a band? But either way, we could go to the flesh tones, or we could go to other areas that are meant to be like whites or bone areas or holsters and pouches and all of the different plethora of things that are available to us, but they're just out of reach until we get this step done. So, I ramble on enough. But how much is the fish? How much is the fish? I don't know the song, but how much is the fish? Huh. Okay. Fix the flesh, boo, boy. We'll don't worry, we'll do that, boo. We'll do that right for you. That's right. We'll flish. How much is that flesh? How much is that flesh? Fleshy flesh. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna use some brassy brass. Then we're gonna be painting some fleshy flesh onto that, and then we're gonna wait. What did we say when we got it to Abaddon Black? I don't want to say it, but I don't want to say it. Okay, then we paint. Then we paint. Okay. So, let us go to the camera, and we'll have to adjust it, and we'll do all of the things that we normally do and make it all in view. So, here we have, and let's wait for all of the... Is it working? Is it working? Is it doing its thing? Is it lagging? Is it working now? Is it now in the frame? Am I working at it? Bah! Okay. Ham sandwich. That's right. Human flesh meat. It's the only kind of meat that matters. All right, so can we get this into like, what's going on here? With all of it being funky. Okay. I wish it could stop lagging. All right, so I think that looks like a good distance. We'll just put that into a focused state, if it will actually do that. Okay, good, excellent. Now we will grab a Space Marine, and we will begin our painting adventure. We're gonna get this guy. Brother Blondius. Oh no! Oh no! I knew it. This guy evaded me and he has frag grenades. That means that I have to get green paint and paint frag grenades again. How do they keep doing this to me? How do they keep doing... How? Seriously. I get them all. I look over them all several times. I look at every single one, and I get them all out, and then there's more, and then it's all done, and we don't have to do any more, and then we're working on this, and then there's more, and then there's more, and then there's more, and then we got to do this again, and then there's more frag grenades. Frag grenades. These things are gonna haunt my dreams. Fucking frag grenades. Okay. So, let's now get some blue paint. And, alright. Let's get some blue paint on the palette. We only need a little bit because we just got to do 3 bolters and like a knee pad sort of thing. Fix it, Slathe. Fix it. Fucking fix it. I'm Johnny Lawrence and you're Danny LaRusso. Fucking fix it, Slathe. Oh, man. Okay. So this is going to be a long road of things. Wait. How come I'm so far over here? Can I, like, fix this? What's going on with this camera? Like, do I need to be... So, like, let's go. How much more do we got? We got room? We got lots of room. What's up with that? How come... Okay, I'll do this, and then... Look at that. Look at that. Right? Now, oh, wait. How much room do we got this way? Oh, not that much. So we got lots more room. So now I'm not, like, disappearing off the edge of the screen completely. Now, at least I'm somewhat visible. And is this even in... This is not in focus. Let's get this into focus. Autofocus doesn't work really well. So we're going to get this into focus. Stop lagging. Okay. It's far away. What's far away? You're far away. Over the hills and far away. For 10 long years he counts the days. Fucking frag grenades. I'll be honest, I'm worried about the giant keyboard. What giant keyboard? What? See, I put a green screen there. I didn't put a giant keyboard and my paint palette there. That's messed up. I didn't put that stuff there. I put a green screen there, okay? My apartment, I'm not like a little hobbit person, okay? I'm bigger than the keyboard. All right? This is not Amazon's, YouTube's Lord of the Rings or whatever it is. You know, like whatever it was called, like We Had Rangs and shit, or whatever it was called. And Slathe looks at camera, perfect focus on Mini. Slathe looks away, instantly focuses on the paint palette. Wait, what? It's not focused on the Mini anymore? Why isn't it focused on the Mini anymore? Okay, wait, here, it's on the thing. Wait. Let's get it in focus. Right? Make it all. Just make it work. There we go, okay. And now let's never press that again. Like, ever. Lord of the Onion Rings. Throw the rings into the fryer! No. But people will get food poisoning! But how do you know that these are the same onion rings that were made in the fryers of Mount Doomburger? Because they are frings. You lie. The markings are too indicative. These are frings. They have French fry and onion ring pieces. Only the Dark Lord of Mordor Burger knew how to make frings. Slathe, please grow a beard and mustache like Pai Mei. Like what? Like the guy from like the guy from Kill Bill? I think that actually those little cables around this guy's neck, because also this is one of those what the fuck is this guy Marines from back in like the 80s. So this guy, yeah, I've actually the only time I've ever seen a Marine similar to this is in one very specific piece of like Rogue Trader artwork, and the Marines that have this kind of helmet or that look like this are assault Marines, but this guy is clearly not an assault Marine. So this guy is just an anomaly model that I don't know much about, and there's not much info about it beyond that. But it is a GW model. so it's allowed to play on their tables, and they can't say anything about it. You can't say anything. That's right. That's right, GW. You can't stop me. I'm unstoppable, because I'm using your models against you. That's right. I'm using them against you in your store, and I'm killing your dudes with your dudes. That's right. The GW way. Alright, so those 4 are done. So now, just for Mr. Handle Sword, now we'll do that. Now we are going to move on to Handle Sword guy. And this guy is going to need to get his handle of his sword handle sorted. And so that's where we're going to pull in the brassy brass. This wonderful, glorious brassy brass. And that is where we start shaking it off. That's right. We have to make sure that it's feeling right, that it's able to be loose enough to put its fluids in front of us so we can use its fluids to be able to create, to be able to birth artistic visions, and to be able to make this grow up and to watch it grow as time passes, and how things will change over time. And that's it. I too am going to have to go back over several of my models and do touch-ups. Yeah, a lot of these models that in this giant batch, the mega batch, giga batch of 100 models here, right? A lot of them are some of my first Space Marines, like, ever, that I got when I was like 13. So some of these models, I mean, they're either screaming out in pain or they're incredibly honored to have been around for so long. I mean, you get to say, you say it whichever way, sounds the coolest. So I'm just gonna need a tiny bit. That's all I need. Because if I get too much, then it's just a waste. It's just a waste. So now we're just gonna do the pommel here. And unless people already know the answer to this, so if you already know the answer to this, do not guess, because that's not a guess. That's just answering the question. What color do you guess I am going to paint the handle of these swords? Or what color do you guess, if you don't know, what color do you guess I paint the handles of the swords and axes and staffs and things most of the time in my chapter? If you don't know, take a guess. If you do know, withhold your answer so people can guess. That's the whole spirit of this. I want to see if you can guess what it is. Well, Vanithgar's gonna fucking guess. He's gonna fucking guess. Alright, so we got all of these 5 guys done. These beautiful, brave, glorious Space Marines. So those are done. And now we don't have any more, as far as I know. As far as I know, we don't have any more Aquilas to do. Of course, one of them is just going to show up, and he's going to be like, "What about this one? You missed it. You missed this one. You missed my Aquila. You missed it. And guess what? I've got grenades right here too. Yeah, grenades with an Aquila on them. What you gonna do now, Slathe? What you gonna do now? It's a grenade with an Aquila. Huh? Gray, silver, 5 o'clock. Wait a minute. Java, are you guessing like 5 o'clock shadow? Is 5 o'clock shadow, or are you guessing pink or 5 o'clock? Or is that the time that you start your milk rounds? Because I'm not sure which one it is. Fucking lead belcher mixed with Caliban green like a Giga Chad. You're all wrong. You're all wrong. I paint my sword, staff, and axe handles dark green, and goblin green. And then I give it a wash. Of Agrax Earthshade. Agrax Earthshade. It's the only Earthshade that I ever Agrax. It's the only one. It's the only way. So now that we've done this, we're going to need to get some different paints. And we're also going to need to get more Marines, so that way we're not going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So, we have 5 Marines on the table. How many Marines do we want to put on the table and see if we can get through in our normal time amount? And if we can go past it, how much further do you think we can go? How many Marines do we want to put on the table tonight? Put your suggestion in the chat, and we will be right back. Don't change that dial. Don't change that channel. Don't change... change sometimes, like especially change your underwear, because it's gonna begin to start smelling like really quick, right? So we're gonna put some stuff back, and we're gonna bring some stuff here, and we're gonna do that. So, bam, we're gonna be returning in a moment. How much is that dreadfish? Now, brother Marines, we have just acquired 15 additional Space Marines, creating 20 Space Marines on the table, which we can use as either the first batch that we'll be doing tonight, or we can use that as the batch that we're doing tonight, but we'll probably go past that because realistically, I mean, come on, what we're doing is not really going to be taking that long across these different Space Marines. It's going to be really super quick, and we're going to be getting through this, and we're going to be motoring through this, and we are going to do this. And that is why we now have a Legion tactical squad on the table of 20 Space Marines. For the Shadow Legion, for the Emperor, and we fight for the Emperor through arrow we serve. Now, let's do this, brother Mara. So, we have also 2 greens for the grenade. For the guy with the grenade. And then we've got glorious gold. Glorious gold. The gold that brings glory to the chapter, especially when it pierces holes into the enemy. Holes of glory that you will puncture with warm, bloody liquid. That's right. That is right, brother Marines. It will be visceral glory holes of the Emperor. That's right. Now, we will be also now going back to what we're doing, which is the painting of models with grenades. So, let's get to that, brother Marines. Here we are again at the painting station. Isn't it so sweet with it's got like this red barrier thing that goes look at it. It goes all the way around. It's so crazy and wacky and zany. Look at that thing. And how it's behind this the camera, and then I'm in front of it and you can see me, and then I've got a pillow right here that I can sit on. Isn't it so meta? When I see that ship, I want to sing Red Dwarf theme. Well, there's nothing stopping you. It's cold outside, and there's no kind of atmosphere. So, let's get our paints onto the palette. Plucked the rose. Longing still for that which longer nurseth the disease. In faith I do not love thee. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? When I have plucked the rose. Plucked the rose. Alright, so now let's get to this, brother Marines. Let's get to it with this game color dark green. Let's make sure that this is all in the log. Dark green. Verd Obscure. 72.028. That is specifically the paint that is being used. It is serial code number, and it's got this on the bottom, and it says it is 17 milliliters with an E there. It's got a little E for M&M, because M&M likes the green, whether it be the Benjamins or whether it be the Chronic. That's right. M&M is, that's way too, I'm just doing one grenade. What the hell was I doing? Okay. Alright, grenade guy. You've got a lot of paint on the palette. So you're a prick. You're a prick for making me paint your grenades there, grenade guy. With your grenades. He thinks he's so cool. He's like, I got grenades. I'm gonna use one of them. It's a fragmentation grenade. It goes all boomies. You know, this guy is an asshole for not getting painted earlier. So you know that this guy is going to have to talk with the chaplain. And I mean the butt stuff chaplain. Because this guy can go fuck himself. I mean, it's essentially a capital crime to hide your unpainted grenades while it's grenade painting day. What, was he sick? What did this Space Marine model have COVID and it was homesick? He already was home. He lives here. So I'm sorry, Space Marine, but you missed grenade painting day. So you're gonna have to go meet Chaplain Plug. Chaplain Boot Plug. Chaplain Boot Plug is very motivating for the brother Marines. He knows just the right ways to push them, to drive them forward, and to get inside them, inside their heads. He knows how to really give them that kick in the butt, right? Chaplain Boot Plug He has Zeppelin of the Chitta, and Zeppelin Bootplug is his reputation. It precedes him. So let's get some more paint on the palette before I do more of that. Goldfish shoals nibbling at my toes. It's cold outside. That's right, we are going full Red Dwarf in the chat tonight. In fact, to go full on Red Dwarf, I recently discovered that Cat from Red Dwarf is in Blade 2. It is amazing. It is absolutely amazing because he's essentially just looks the exact same, and he's got the fangs and everything. So it is absolutely amazing. Blade 2, the worst of the Blade movies, it has Cat from Red Dwarf. Blade 2. Blade 2 is the movie equivalent of some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill. Okay, grenade guy with your grenades. You've been grenaded. Smoke me a kipper, I'll be back for breakfast. What a guy. That's right, darling. Smoke me. Oh, man. What a guy. Ace Rimmer. What a guy. Did the mod roll? What mod roll? What happened? Did something happen? What happened? What are you talking about? What happened? What happened? What am I, Cell from like Dragon Ball Budokai? What happened? What happened? Alright, so now let's get some of the gold. Gold! Let's get gold on the palette. Okay, gold. Booster gold. Booster gold. Booster gold. Okay. That's a decent amount there. Okay then. Okay then. Let's add some painting medium to that, because that's a lot of paint there that came out. So let's add some of that in there. Let's just just drop it right in. Start mixing it right up. Typically, I don't put a lot of painting medium into my metallics because it kind of messes up the consistency of the metal pieces to the pigment pieces to the Reese's pieces. Like all the pieces get out of places. So this will have to be very difficult. Well, it doesn't have to be difficult. What did I even mean by that? Okay, let's add a little bit more of this paint into there. And now let's just put some more of that in and just mix it in. Mixy. That's right, mixy. That's right. Mixy. Is that Roman numerals? We'll have to find out in the future. Mixy. So now, let's go, brother Mara. And we are going to get some gold onto the brass. Now, is this in focus? It looks like it's in focus. So let's get a little bit of this old country time gold here. And we're going to be putting it on right there, so we're not going to be having too much of it on our paintbrushes. Because we don't want to be having too much of it. Now, I may just be a simple country space marine. But I do declare, I swear, that sometimes Dead is better. So let's add a little bit of this gold over top of that brass. And that's all that guy needs. That was it. That was it. That guy's done. This stage. Now let's go on to the next guy. And what does he need? Let's see. Oh, look at that. He just has one of those same bolters again. I guess it means that we are going to be just painting the bolter. This is going to be done really quickly. So, okay, so what's the guess? So we got 20 Marines on the table right now. But this stage, because it's just a minor stage, how many Marines are we really going to get through tonight on this stage? Because it's not going to be getting them done to complete, right? We're not being unrealistic about this. We're working with the super mega giga batch, right? So, you think we're going to be doing through what? I forget how many Marines there even were that needed this step. Why am I talking all funny like? Now, let's add a little bit of this gold onto this top part here, and this little backpack thingy. It's got this, so now let's just add a little bit of this gold. Gold! I'm going to be putting it on top there. There's a little part that's red, so I'm just going to just cover that up there. And just get a little bit of this here and a little bit of this there. And then just start breaking it down onto the bottom here. Break it down now. Paint. Okay. -10. What? It's nothing bad happened. Don't worry. It just acted as a shout out. But what? Just when I lose hope, they pull me back in. Well, it's a good thing nothing happened. It would be a travesty. It would be an absolute nightmare. We would lose a treasure, such as myself, to YouTube bots. If they were able to do like verbader.ger on the chat, right, and whatever it is that does, and then all of a sudden we're all just soaked in and absorbed into an extra absorbent digital paper towel, which is vergader.bazer. And at that point, there's no going back, right? There's no stepping backwards. At that point, you've already crossed, the crucible. At that point, you are already in the no man's land territory, which is whatever it is that I'm talking about. And this guy doesn't even need any gold, so we're just going to put him over here because he doesn't even need any gold, so it's going to be confusing the batches if we can put him back into that population. And so, now, brother Marines. Some of these are going to be really. Okay, some of this is going to be really quick because some of these guys, the only gold they need is just like this. A scope lens. Done. His proud sons. That's right. His sons are proud. Proud sons. Sons of which that are proud. Astartes. 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 Proud. proud sons. Now, you know, on this guy, I'm going to come back to this guy, because there's like little bumps here on his knife, and those I'm going to go back with the green on the front grip. It's not really like a front grip per se, there's like little bumpies, and I'm going to make those little green bumpies, because green and gold look nice next to each other. What's this guy have? What is that, Mechanicus or something? Fortunately, this step is it's really quick. And sometimes it doesn't even really, show up very clearly, but it is still necessary for consistency. Even if it's crap, that makes it consistent crap. And that is important. That is Astartes. Now I don't know much, but what I know is I know it. And add up all the things that I know, fuck you. Out of all the people in the world, all the people on earth, out of all of them, I know it. Fuck you. Whoa. Hey, yeah. Gold is just, it's not viscous enough. It's too thin. But brother Marines, even with the paint possibly too thin, we will persist on and remain vigilant. And now for the Wolf Tamer Marine. He's so cool with his wolf taming powers. His power to tame wolves, and by wolves I mean hounds, because people just sometimes don't understand. When it's like, well, what do you mean hounds? Space Marines, you don't get hounds. You get you're not even really wolves. You're like mutated Space Marines. And it's like, shut your fucking mouth and stop breathing. Disclaimer. Slathe the Space Marine is not actually advising you to stop your mouth and stop breathing, because that would be, unfortunately, something that would probably cause asphyxiation, which is not what you want, and is actually negative. Do not follow the instruction that was satirically given previously, because it is not one that you would want to follow. Medicinally. Thank you. And I mean, like, seriously, like, if they could just fucking just, like toaster, bathtub. So, anyway, back to what we're doing. We are painting gold over top of brassy brass because you need goldy brass. Right? There's Goldilocks, but there's no one ever talking about goldy brass. Goldie Brass was a boxer who went around knocking out werewolves. And then Goldie Brass went to the three little pigs' house and he knocked them out too. And they were like, "No, Goldie Brass, but the Emperor said that we were free." And then Goldie Brass killed the separatists, and that's when Obi Brass Cano Brass showed up. And he was like, "You are supposed to be the chosen one. You were meant to destroy the brass, not join it." Goldie Brass Cano Brass. Oh, there's no, there's a little thing there. Well, you know what? We'll just do a little bit of gold right there on top of that thing. We're just gonna do that right now. You know, just a little bit of gold. But Slathe, what about the brassy brass? You're just putting gold over top of black. You didn't put down any brassy brass. What are you doing? Uh-huh. But the brassy brass. Mm-hmm. But you're not doing that step. Uh-huh. But. Found a role in the script. Interesting. What role is that, Vanithgar? What role was it that spoke to you? It called to you from the shadows of Cthulhu's halls. Which one rang off of decking the halls off of Santa's balls? Okay, so let's get that goldy gold over top of this brassy brass. So we can get that nicey nice colory color. So we can have this model painted. For Warhammer 44. Hey Slathe, what's null oil? Null oil is a wash that you can purchase from Citadel or Games Workshop paint. That's what null oil is. Oh, the camera's all lagging out. Let's see if I see that we have Commissar here. So I mean, this is we have to make sure we have this all in focus. If it's not in focus, he's gonna have a conniption. Okay, it's in focus. The model's in focus. Glad to have you here, Commissar. We're just on the tail end of 14 Marines. So we are doing just gold over top of brass right now. For like across this sort of mega batch of these 100 Marines. So I'm just doing essentially just having a two-tone metallic on certain areas. Are you trying to live out your fantasies of being a Stormcast Eternal? Wait, what? I don't even know. I get it. Took me a second there. Because of how little I know and or give fucks about Sigmar. No, sometimes I just take off a little bit of the excess paint off on my finger, so that way I have the right amount of paint on my brush when I'm bringing it to the model. It's just a habit that I just do. It just helps me get the perfect amount sort of thing that I need. And by perfect amount, I mean the preferred amount. I'm sure someone's going to be like, "It's not a perfect amount." There is no perfect amount. Perfect is just a subjective state of your mind. In a single instance, but it's unobtainable. It's changing all the time. You know, like Flynn said in Tron. That's right. I mean, Beastman voice is alright. What? Terrathor is the name. Oh, yeah. Terrathor is a cool character. Yeah, for sure. You could be Terrathor. I think that would work. I think that would work too. I think your voice could work for Terrathor now that I think about it. Now that I now have the idea that you're like, oh yeah, sure, you could be Terrathor. Yeah. All right, Vanithgar, Cancer Mage, you'll play Terrathor. He's the younger, spry one. So I think you've got that down. Alright, so now let's get this last one here. Okay, so then that's, for what I had on the table, that is all what we need to do for the gold. We've just done 20. And we're at the halfway mark. So let's get 20 more Space Marines that need to have gold done. Even though technically that was 19, because one of them didn't need to have gold. Okay. We're going to be right back as we are going to replace these 20 Space Marines with more Space Marines. These brave Space Marines. Brother Marines, we have returned again, in the same stream again. We have returned. Yeah. And now we have 12 Assault Marines. I just figured let's just go for it. We've got 12 Assault Marines, and then we've got 10 more Marines. With that, in total, that makes 22. Wait, that's 2 and 2, that's 4. That's That's 4, and that's 4, so that's 8. I don't have 8 fingers on one hand, so I can't do that one-handed. Not yet. But I'm training. So, brother Marines, with your screens, now we will be moving on to what is this? We're gonna do some more Space Marines, and we need more things to do. That's right. So, you know what? I'm gonna start fresh with this gold, because that one. It's way too much painting medium in the last batch of it. But I'll put this next to that, and I'll put a tiny bit of painting medium into it this time because it was too much last time. So there we go. We'll just mix that in, mixty mix. There we go. Nice and mixed. That's all we needed. That's the perfect amount. It's precisely perfect. Do you have any Hound minis, like Hound models in your army? Yes. I have Hound models in my army. The answer is yes. So, now we will go for the Assault Marines first. I know. I'm still me. I promise I'm still me. We're painting the Assault Marines first. We're going to get them out of the way because I hate painting Assault Marines. Okay, so let's get the gold right on the little sword pommely thing. Is this even in focus anymore? Is it in focus? Get into focus. And then on the back, there's going to be this little thing here. This little crossbar, which for some reason, arbitrarily, I have decided to make this crossbar stand out from the rest of it. Because it looks nice. Damn it. So that's one Space Marine done. We are almost at the halfway point of the stream. I keep wanting to grab one of the regular Space Marines because I hate painting Assault Marines that much. So, there's all this like hair on the palette. It's gross. So now we are going to just keep going. We're just going to motor at it. Just motor skills. That's right. We're going to be using our motor skills to motorboat our Space Marines. Blah, 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 blah. That's right. We'll use a power motorboat, and then we'll have the heavy boater. Blah, 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 blah. That's right. The Xenos won't be able to stand against the heavy one, because it will be too heavy for them to lift. And that is where we will strike. We will strike from above. We will strike from below. We will strike from side to side. We will strike from in front. We will strike from behind. And we will strike. The point is we're gonna get them. And we, the Space Marines, the pinnacle of pinnacles, will have our pinnacles dangling with your pinnacles. And we will see who has the bigger pinnacle, who's clearly us, the Space Marines. We've got the biggest pinnacles. We, the Pinnacle Masters, are at our peak. We've got peak pinnacle. You've just got puny pinnacle. We, the Space Marines, at our yes. Yeah, we don't even have a way to, it's not even able to be put into words. It's just that awe-inspiring and amazing. It even impresses myself sometimes. As a Space Marine, and my pinnacle, having achieved peak pinnacle, that is how I know that, yes. So, we're going to be doing some more gold. We gotta do the gold here on top of these whatevers. Goldy, 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 gold. We're painting gold, 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 gold on the models. We're painting gold, gold. Painting all day long. We're painting it now. We're painting my chapter. We're gonna get it done. We're gonna do it right. Yeah, that's right. Tonight we are gonna do it together. We're gonna do it through storms or heavy weather. We're gonna get it done, and we're gonna do it right. We are gonna paint my chapter tonight. Gonna paint some space marines, gonna paint them red, black, silver, and green. We're gonna use a blue with a highlight. It's gonna be a delight. Gonna paint my space marines. Slathe, the musical. Tonight. What did this guy need? Just the back thing? That thing looks like that's already gold, so... It's a unique one-off bit on just this model, so I am fine with it having a different tone of gold on that thing. It doesn't have to match all the other things that need to be uniform, because that is a one-off bit. That's right. Justification. Vindication. Exploitation. Let's get some gold here, some gold there. Gotta paint my model. We're gonna do it full fast. We're gonna go full throttle. That should keep those fighters off our backs. It would be just like Beggar's Canyon with the Sarlacc. That's right, it's Star Wars time. It's a Star Wars theme. Gonna do a Star Wars song while I paint my scheme. Gonna Star Wars in the sand. Gonna Star Wars, the power's in my hand. Star Wars, with Chewie and Ham. Star Wars is a hell of a cool land. Gonna do the Star Wars, gonna do the Star Wars. The motherfucking Star Wars are cool. We never want them to go away, we always want them to stay. Star Wars never go away. Oh, it's the Star Wars. Tonight, the Star Wars delight. Gonna paint my chapter. Go away. Gonna paint my chapter and stay. Star Wars. Woo. Okay. We've got 2 more assault marines. That's a lie. I am Slathe the Space Marine. I am Alfarius. That's not true. That is most definitely a lie. I am Arrow the Whirlwind. This is a lie. No, but that part's true, but it's a lie. It's a fake. My name is Alfarius. It's a fake. It's real. It's a fake. It's real. Don't you understand? Getting the gold thing on the back, so that way I can move along with my projects. Nothing's wrong with wanting to do something else. I want to do a model that I've not done before, and that's gonna be really good. I wanna do 4 more. so I don't have to buy them from the store. Doot, doot, doot. I don't want to buy new figs, I've already got enough. I got a big backlog and I got lots and lots of stuff. I need to paint my models, need to paint them soon. It's beginning to expand like a big model balloon. I need to paint my toys, need to paint my figs. I need to do it, or else I'm gonna need to learn trig to even figure out how many I have left, how many I need to do, how many are until it's the rest, and how many I need to do. Did I just rhyme a word with do, and that verb was due to? I think that's what I did do. I think that's what I will do. I think that's what I'm gonna do tonight. Yeah, drive. I'll send you some test audio, Slathe. Maybe on Saturday. Saturday. That'll be cool. I think one thing that would be nice to work into the story, and I think you know how to do this, so maybe you could help me with this, or we could figure it out for, the end thing or whatever, right? Like, so, we could make like a version of it, and then there'd be like the edited version of it. But I think it would be nice to have the effect, that filtered effect for like helmet voice, unhelmeted voice, so that way if there's like a moment where a character, let's say most of the time we hear them in the story and they've got their helmet on, and then at one point they take the helmet off and their voice is going to sound different, right? Like that would be a good effect, and I think you know how to do that, so I think we could figure that one out later as well, because I'm pretty sure, I might not remember exactly, but I think I do, in the story, there's a guy who takes his helmet off. And I think that character may or may not be Terrathor. I mean, it is Terrathor. These are all kind of rhetorical statements. It is Terrathor. So we're going to need to work that out. We're going to need to figure that up. We're going to need to pull that down. We're going to need to move it all around. We're going to need to get down. And then we're going to need to do all of that. And so now there's only 7 Space Marines left to do this gold step with. I mean, damn, this is really going by fast. Now, unfortunately, I don't really have much planned for after this gold step. That's why I was doing the blue and the other stuff. That's why I was working on those before we would go right into these. Try to pad this out a little bit. So, what we do have after these Marines, what we actually do have left, is a little bit more gold step, and that is on the We Made a Mistake Marines. On the batch of Space Marines that might have like a minor mistake here or there, so they've been all grouped together. So after we are done with these, we can continue with those, and they can get their gold steps done, and everybody can have their gold steps done. Is that the scene with the slight animated pictures? Negative. No, the story that Vanithgar is talking about has never been animated, really. I think at one point I made 2 drawings, on pen, with pen and paper sort of thing, that were represented a very specific moment from that. A model from that story, or there's a display model that's based off of a moment from that story, although it's not really 100% accurate to everything written in the story. Or maybe the story's not 100% accurate to everything about the model. I don't know. I mean, these are the kind of questions that, we have to answer and that may keep us up at night. right? Like, these are the things that, you know, we have to know. Las cannon scope completed. Second las cannon scope. Okay, wait, this one looks like it's gonna be a bitch. It's being a bitch. There we go, that's better. That nice, even... Oh, take that base sand, you shitty base sand that fucking fell off. Get the fuck off there. It would take forever to animate. The Siege of Volstrom story, which is essentially a short story, right? Or no, I don't know. I guess it would, I forget what it gets classified as because of its size. That story, just to orate it, so just to read the story out with a little bit of dramatic timing and inflection, takes about an hour. Lightweight jive. So if you're thinking about there being an animated version of this hour-long story, yeah, you know, go ahead. It's all you, baby. It's all you. I don't think anybody's got the time for that. People barely have the time to even just get some of this shit together. So, I know I barely got time for that. And I know at one point I did the whole thing myself. I did all the voices. I did like a character for, you know, a voice for every character. And it didn't record properly. It was the wrong mic. It was the wrong microphone that was recording. So it's got this really canned audio and it's bad. So that unfortunately happened. So Siege of Volstrom is something that's probably going to be more in like the classic radio style, where you're probably not going to be getting much visually. It's going to be just a story with maybe like a black screen. There's not going to be a lot there to grasp onto with your eyes. Stick Marines. Like Zhao Zhao? Zao Zao or whatever? Oh, and I missed that. Zao Zao was great. Okay, so we got a lot of paint going on here. This brush needs to be cleaned. Okay, so we're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to clean this brush, and we're going to get some more models. So we're going to be right back.
brother Marines. We have gathered the last Marines in this Mega Giga Super Batch that need to have gold. As far as I know, and will probably eventually in the soon future be proven incorrect while looking over all of the models again. Anyway, so, for now, we have all of the Marines that, at least that I'm aware of, need to get gold done. Motherfuckers. And we will get it done today, tonight, tomorrow, right now, brother Marines. This is the dedication stream. This is dedicated to all of those who have the bros and those who put those before the hoes, and those hoes, and they're those, and that's when those hoes became bros. So bro hoes and ho bros, and all of that put together in one mega super oh bro oh ho no. And that's the way it goes. So now that we've got some more gold here, let's get some gold. Okay, a little bit of that medium in it. A little bit of that medium, a little bit of that something. Put a little bit of that, you know, something. All right, let us now get these ones done. And these, what we have here, are some of the mistake Marines. So we will see these Marines again and again and again and again and again and again. Just like a horribly inefficient murder with an inefficient weapon. And again and again and again. They will return. Because we will have to correct their mistakes. But until that point, we will just keep pressing forward. They will be isolated and separated from the rest of the Giga Mega Super Chad batch. But then they will reunite with them. That's right. They will reunite for the fight in the night, where they will delight on the sight of what they fight, which is the enemy. And with that is when we will solemnly declare the Paintiest Upiest campaign crusade, where these models will be painted. And some of the Marines seem to have a gold skull on their hand, and some of them are going to have a white skull. You know, I'm just going to go with that for now, because the white way was the original way, but the gold way is kind of taking over. So that's the thing. We will get to that when we get to it. Wait, what? What? How did this guy... He doesn't have any brass. There's no brass on the thing. There's no brass on it. We're just going for it. Now, it might just be me, but there's something mildly uncomfortable about painting gold onto my bloodhounds. Not sure what it is. Well, I mean, I know exactly what it is. It's fucking Irie and his fucking losers. Fucking Irie. Alright, so let's get these skulls done. There are 5 Marines left. including this one. Which is not very many. That means that as far as the task is planned at the moment this evening, we're pretty much at the end of our painting task. So we might have to see if we've got anything else going on. Maybe we'll hang out for a bit. Maybe we'll put on a video game. That's right, yeah, video game. No one says video game anymore. They just say playing a game. I'm gonna play a video game. You sure you want to play a board game? What about a card game? What about a sports game? What about that game that we play? I don't want to play anymore. That's right. Have Slathe play what on stream? Lightweight. Don't use. Wait. What? What are we doing? What? What are we doing? We can play games. We can play games. I've not played games in a while. Which means that by decree and by law, that would mean I would have to play some Total War. Which as far as I'm aware, you know, as far as I'm aware, Total War is the hot thing right now. Everyone's all into Total War. And anybody that knows me here would know that I love playing Total War. So we could play some Total War. It's totally, most definitely the exact same game that you're thinking of. And if you don't think that, then you'll learn that this is really the game that you were thinking of the whole time when you heard me say this, and when you heard me mention that I'll play Total War, and that it's a really popular game right now. You'll be like, oh, that's right. He totally meant the one, and that's the one that he's playing now, and that's what's gonna happen. And I have no argument against that. And that'll just be the truth. And so here we are now at the end of the painting, it seems, because we are now reaching the final gold layer late over top of the brasses, and sometimes nothing. A step, including of the ones that need to have things fixed up later. So we only have this now. There's half an hour. So what could we do with half an hour? I mean, like, what's something that could be done in half an hour? Anything? Is there anything that could be done in half an hour? I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. I wish I did. But I don't. So I can't. And I won't. And I shan't. I shan't myself. That's right, I shanted. And you should shant yourself too. Everybody should shant your pants. Shant your pants like you just don't can't. And when you prance in your shants, that's when you've got fancy shancy pants. And so we have now just completed our goal tonight of doing what it was that we were going to be doing tonight. We had 4 Marines that needed to get blues done. We got that done. We had 1 Marine that needed to get brass done, and other ones that needed brass done as well, but we may or may not have just ignored that, and so we're going to forget about that, and we're going to just shove that detail underneath the carpet. Thank you. Everybody who saw that, you're banned. If you saw me painting gold on top of black with no brass, you're banned. That never happened, okay? So, we now have more to do, obviously, in the future. So there is going to be the flesh. We're going to need to be redoing the chain swords because we're going to need to be doing, like, I mean, they're yellow. We're going to be fixing up the chain swords. We're going to be doing that. We're going to have to do the metallics.
Okay, so where was that? Metallics, chainswords, leather pouches and holsters, flesh tones. The final touch to the golds is where we add flesh tone to the gold. So that's why we're waiting on that. We're put a pin in that. Pop. Give me a pin. A big old pin. The biggest pin you can think of. And it's going to be there. So, here we are on the Crucible. This is the Crucible, the space station of the Bloodhounds. Hey, do you guys mind if I have a cigarette? Anybody? I think they're fine with it. I think that they don't mind if I have a smoke here on the chapter's space station. It's holy incense, guys. Just believe me. So, what do we got planned for, I don't know, tomorrow? See, typically tomorrow, I mean, from what I've been doing recently, I've been doing the Final Fantasy Friday. I don't know what people's thoughts are on the Final Fantasy Friday. It might be good to see it to fruition, you know, let's finish it. If we started it, let's finish it. This is the second time that we've started Final Fantasy VI. Let's finish it this time. Let's get all the way through, Friday, Final Fantasy Friday, maybe we'll scrap it, but at least let's finish it, right? Let's not leave a job half-assed. I want to beat this game, and I want to bring you along with me. We're going to beat this game. We're going to beat Final Fantasy VI. We're going to do it. We're going to save the world, or like the crystals or the orbs or whatever you save in these Final Fantasy games or whatever. I don't even know. So we are going to do that. And then after that, we can either move to a different game or switch up what Friday is. It could be a different thing, right? Fill that slot with something else if nobody really liked Final Fantasy. So we will have that. But what else is there to do? So after we're finished this whole Mega Giga Chad project, which really is going to be left with a pin in it. There's going to be a giant pin in it because it's going to be put with like another 70 Marines that all need to get Agrax Earthshade applied to them. And these guys are going to get brought up right to that step just before they get the Agrax Earthshade, and then they're just going to be put in there with that. So there's going to be 170 Marines just standing there going, "Wash me! Wash me, please!" Right? And then that's clippable, isn't it? Yeah, that one's going to come back. That one's going to come back. Yeah. Okay, so we will have to do that. So what else do we got? So after that, then there's going to be about 50 more Space Marines in another thing, right? So there's going to be 50 Space Marines that we're going to be working on there. Then there's going to be another 15 Space Marines or 25 Space Marines. I forget what that is. And then most of the non-veterans are going to be done at that point. In the big picture of everything. Most of it's going to be done by that point. Then there's a tub full of veterans. We've got lots to do. We have lots to go, months worth. Months and months and months and months worth. We could be doing this for years. You want to be in this for the long run? You want to be in this for the long haul? Then we can do that together. And if you've been enjoying the stream so far, perhaps leave a like on this video, so that way the YouTube gods, with their favors towards who they deem worthy, may help to grow the channel, grow the videos, grow the community that we are here to grow. Yes. And I'm just trying to think of what else do we have after that. There's bikes, land speeders, a plethora of tanks, and then we're gonna have to go through all of the company characters. So at one point we're gonna be working on just captains and chaplains and librarians. It's gonna be all characters all the time at a certain point. Once we've gotten to that, there's just gonna be a batch of 50 characters. So, you need to do a Blade Bloodhound. Well, Crunk, we need, after this, we need to be watching Blade. I hope you have that all set up. We're gonna be watching Blade, right? We already made the Blade references. Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill. I've been here for years, says Vaniscar. That's right. That is right. You have been here for years. Shout out to Cancer Mage. So, we got lots and lots and lots and lots of content in the future for painting stuff. Because there's lots and lots and lots of backlog. There's way too much. There's so much backlog. Goes on for miles. Miles of backlog. So much. But we'll get there. I promise. And yeah. So I believe in closing, to wrap up our stream for the evening, I, Slathe T. Space Marine, declare that it will look good. It will get done. We will get there. The chapter will be complete. I am Slathe the Space Marine. Wayne and Schuster, play us out.
Well, I see by the clock on a wall that it's time to bid you one and all goodbye.
Goodbye.
So long.
So long.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Adieu.
Adieu.
Be good.
Stay well.
Bye-bye.
Keep warm.
Relax.
At ease.
Take care.
Stay loose.
Adieu, mon vieux.
À la prochaine.
Goodbye till when we meet again.